path to true love is not always smooth. There are times when it feels like you and your significant other are speaking different languages. Well, that could actually be true. Author Gary Chapman argued that there are actually 5 love languages. Joining us to talk about what they are and how to know which one you're speaking is Laura Bilotta. She's the author of Single in the City. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so what is a love language? And we're not talking about French or Italian here.
Okay, so a love language is how one feels love or needs to feel love in a relationship. So this is how I explain it. So we all have an emotional love tank, and it's what fuels our soul. So it needs to be filled up on a regular basis. So when our love tank is full, we're happy, we're the best that we can be. But when our love tank is empty, we're cranky, we're crabby, and we're less willing to work on the relationship.
All right, so just to clarify then, these languages, how you express love or how you feel love from your partner.
That's right.
Okay.
It's what you need and want from your partner in order to feel loved.
Okay, well, let's go through them for people. 5 different love languages. Can you name them for us one by one? Go through them.
Okay, so the first one is words of affirmation, and that's where you receive compliments. So you like to receive compliments. So things like, you look wonderful in that dress, or you look amazing in that suit, or I love being here with you. You know, those types of things.
Okay,
then there's acts of service, and that's where you do nice things for your partner that they like. So things like you might want to bring them, you know, coffee if they love that, or you make them lunch or dinner. So acts of service.
Clean the kitchen.
Clean the kitchen. Clean the house. Then there's receiving gifts, and it's not like a monetary thing, so it doesn't have to be an expensive gift, but it could just be a small token. And then there's physical touch. Well, that one is self-explanatory. You just like to be touched. And then there's quality time. So when you're hanging out with your partner, you want to feel that you have your partner's undivided attention, and put away your phones and, you know, give them the time that they need.
So when my husband and I sat down to do this, and I checked with him first to make sure that it was okay that I, shared who's the top 2. So my top 2 are acts of service and time. My husband's were words of affirmation and physical touch.
Okay.
So that means that he feels loved if I, scratch his head or hold his hand, and lots of positive reinforcement.
That's right. So mine is physical touch and acts of service. So for instance, this morning, I know my boyfriend's is also physical touch. So I made sure before I left this morning, I know his back was hurting, so I started to rub his back a little bit. And then, you know what? He wakes up and he's in a great mood, right?
And this is about getting the best out of your partner.
That's right.
So how do you figure out then which language you speak?
Okay, so how you figure that out is, what do you do naturally for others? So, for instance, I am physical touch. So I naturally, if you were close to me, I'd probably put my hand on your back. So I naturally, touch people. I used to think that was an Italian thing, but it's not. It's my love language. Or another one could be if someone's not well. Do you give them a get well card, or do you ask them if they need anything? That's active service. So what do you do naturally for others? That's how you figure that out.
That's how you figure out the language. Okay. Is it a deal breaker if you and your partner don't speak the same love language?
It's not a deal breaker. If you don't speak the same love language, it's important to understand what it is and do your best to make them happy and to go out of your way to make sure that you're giving them what they need and want.
It eliminates a lot of frustration in relationships.
That's right. So that's why if you're still single out there and searching, it's easier if you find someone who does share the same love language, because this way it avoids hassles and arguments, and you're both understanding each other right away, and you understand what each other needs and wants.
All right. Author of Single in the City, Laura, thanks for being here with us today on Your Morning.